Today, we are diving into a truly incredible story of how a simple 1-cent coin from 2008 with no mint mark has shocked collectors around the world, and now has an unbelievable value of up to $63,000 in the current coin. Mark it now before you toss that change jar or skip checking your old piggy bank. You'll want to hear this full story because you just might be holding on to a tiny treasure that could change your financial future. Let's rewind to the year 2008, the final year. Before the historic redesign of the Lincoln cent, which took place in 2009 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln penny itself, the 2008 version was the last to feature the familiar reverse with the Lincoln Memorial. Before the four special reverse designs rolled out in 2009, the 2008 Lincoln penny was produced in massive numbers with billions struck for circulation. The majority came out of the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and the Philadelphia minted coins notably do not carry a mint mark, so when we talk about a 2008 penny with no mint mark, we are generally referring to coins struck in Philadelphia. But here's where things get interesting, and where a common coin suddenly becomes a rare and highly valuable collectible. In recent years, collectors and experts have discovered that certain 2008 no mint mark Lincoln pennies contain extremely rare and unusual errors or unique conditions that make them extraordinarily valuable in the eyes of collectors and auction houses alike. One of the most talked about variations includes 2008 pennies that were struck on the wrong planchet, or those with extreme die errors, such as double dies off-center strikes, or coins struck on planchets intended for foreign coins, or even dimes. These errors are extremely rare and occur due to mistakes at the mint where the wrong blanks are used or the dies become misaligned or doubled. Now, when these kinds of error coins make it out into circulation, they are essentially like winning lottery tickets for anyone lucky enough to find them, and that is exactly how a regular-looking 2008 penny with no mint mark ended up being appraised and sold for an astonishing $63,000 at a major coin auction. According to coin experts, this particular coin was not only in pristine, uncirculated condition, but it also had a rare double die obverse error visible under magnification, showing clear doubling in the letters and numbers on the front of the coin. It was graded and certified by a top coin grading service, which added even more credibility and value. And here's what really drives the price up: rarity combined with condition. If a coin is rare but heavily circulated, it might be worth a few hundred, maybe $1,000. But when a rare coin like this is also found in mint state, or even in proof-like condition with no scratches, no wear, and a strong visible error, you're talking five figures or more. Now you might be asking, how can I tell if I have one of these valuable 2008 Lincoln pennies? And the answer starts with looking very closely at your coin. Flip it over under good lighting. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Check the obverse, which is the front of the coin, for any signs of doubling in the words Liberty, the date, or the motto "In God We Trust." You'll want to look for clear signs that the letters appear twice or have a shadow effect. That's a key indicator of a double die. Also, weigh your penny. A normal copper-plated zinc Lincoln cent from 2008 should weigh about 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly heavier or lighter, it may have been struck on the wrong planchet. Another huge red flag for a valuable error coin. And of course, if you suspect you have something special, the next step is to have it authenticated and graded by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will verify the error and assign a grade that can massively influence the market value of your coin. Now, let's talk about the current market value and where the $63,000 figure comes from. This price reflects the high end of the market for a 2008 no mint mark penny with a major error, and top-tier condition coins like this have sold at auction for tens of thousands of dollars due to bidding wars among collectors who understand the rarity and uniqueness of the find. And that's not all. Even if you don't have the ultra-rare $63,000 version, regular 2008 Lincoln cents in high grades can still bring in decent money, with coins graded MS-67 or higher selling for between $50 to a few $100s depending on demand and condition. So don't overlook your change, and definitely don't ignore your coin jars, drawer stashes, or old collections, because even modern pennies like the 2008 no mint mark Lincoln cent can hold incredible value when the right conditions are met. In fact, some collectors have made it their mission to check every penny that passes through their hands and have turned up valuable finds that paid off in a big way. It just goes to show that sometimes what looks like an ordinary penny can actually be a golden opportunity in disguise. If you found this story fascinating or helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into Valuable coins, hidden treasures, and surprising finds right in your pocket change. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin, or if you're going to start checking your 2008 pennies now. Who knows, the next $63,000 coin could be sitting in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching and happy collecting. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Today we are going to talk about something really exciting, something that might be sitting in your pocket or tucked away in a coin jar somewhere, a simple looking 1-cent coin that could actually be worth thousands of dollars. We are talking about the 2007 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and yes, believe it or not, some of these have sold for as much as $49,000, so get comfortable because we are diving deep into the story of this incredible coin, its history, why it's so special, and how you can tell if you have one of these extremely valuable coins. First, let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in United States history. First issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature the image of a real person, and it has been in circulation for well over a century. The reverse design of the Lincoln Memorial was added in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and remained until 2008 before changing to the shield design in 2010. Now, the 2007 Lincoln penny seems like just another coin in the long series of billions minted each year, but here's where things get interesting. Most 2007 pennies were struck in Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia coins typically have no mint mark, while Denver coins have a D, but certain 2007 Lincoln pennies with no mint mark have gained attention because of rare errors or anomalies that occurred during the minting process, and these specific errors are what make them incredibly valuable. So what kind of errors are we talking about in the world of coin collecting? Errors are everything. They can include off-center strikes, double dies, missing letters, planchet issues, and other oddities that escape the quality control process and make it into circulation. With the 2007 no mint mark penny, some of the most valuable versions have dramatic double die obverse, which means the front of the coin where Lincoln's face appears was struck twice, slightly out of alignment. This causes features like the words Liberty, the date, and even Lincoln's eyes or beard to appear doubled. There have also been rare examples of coins struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the penny was minted on a metal disc meant for another denomination, which can dramatically change the weight and color of the coin. One especially rare example of a 2007 no mint mark penny was found to be struck on a planchet meant for a dime, giving it a lighter weight and a slightly different appearance. These kinds of errors are what can take a 1-cent coin and turn it into a 4 or even 5-figure treasure. Now, you might be asking, why would a coin with no mint mark be worth anything at all if that's just how Philadelphia coins are made? And that's a great question. In general, no mint mark doesn't make a coin rare, but when combined with these error types, and especially in high grade conditions such as coins graded MS67 or MS68 by grading companies like Peace GS or NGC, then it becomes a totally different story. Collectors are constantly looking for well-preserved error coins, and they are willing to pay big money for them. In fact, in recent years, one specific 2007 no mint mark Lincoln penny in nearly perfect condition with a dramatic double die sold at auction for an astounding $49,000. That's right, $49,000. For a penny that may have once been passed around in loose change. It just goes to show how valuable coin collecting knowledge can be and how important it is to keep your eyes open for the smallest details. So what should you look for if you want to check your 2007 pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass and take a close look at the obverse or front side of the coin. Check for any doubling on the lettering, especially in the word Liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust." Also pay attention to the date and Lincoln's features. If you see any signs of doubling, or if the coin looks unusual in any way, it may be worth taking it to a coin dealer or sending it to a grading service for evaluation. Another tip is to weigh your penny. A standard 2007 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If your penny is significantly heavier or lighter, it may have been struck on the wrong planchet, which could make it even more valuable. You can get a cheap digital scale online, and it's definitely worth it if you're checking multiple coins. And of course, condition matters. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. If your 2007 penny has no scratches, wear, or discoloration and appears almost perfect, you may be holding a very rare and sought-after piece. Collectors prize coins that have not been circulated or handled much, so keep them protected and avoid cleaning them, which can actually lower the value. It's also worth noting that the market for rare coins is constantly changing. Values fluctuate depending on demand, availability, and the condition of Coins being sold, so while one coin sold for $49,000 today, another similar one might go for less, or even more tomorrow. This is why staying informed and keeping up with auction results and collector trends is so important if you're serious about coin collecting or just want to make some extra cash from your spare change. To sum it all up, the 2007 no mint mark Lincoln penny may not seem special at first glance, but in certain conditions with the right errors or minting quirks, it can be one of the most valuable modern pennies out there. Some of these coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and yours could be next. Take the time to check your change, dig through your coin jars, and inspect those pennies. You never know when you might strike gold, or in this case, copper and zinc. Thanks so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful or interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, updates on coin values, and tips for spotting valuable coins in your own collection. And if you found a 2007 penny that looks unusual, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories and maybe even feature your find in a future video. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and happy hunting. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we dive into the world of rare coins and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today we're looking at one very specific penny, the 2003 Lincoln 1-cent coin with no mint mark. On the surface, it might just look like your average everyday penny, but some of these coins are actually worth tens of thousands of dollars. I'm not joking, one sold for over $41,000. So stay tuned, because I'm going to explain exactly what makes this coin special, how to spot a valuable one, the history behind it, and how much it could be worth today in the market. Let's start with the basics. The 2003 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series that started way back in 1909. That was the first time Abraham Lincoln ever appeared on a coin, and the design has stayed relatively consistent over the years. In 2003, the penny featured the familiar Lincoln portrait on the obverse, or front side, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, or back side. Now here's where things get interesting. Most 2003 pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint and do not carry a mint mark. That's perfectly normal. A mint mark is a small letter on the coin that tells you where it was made. If you look at a coin and don't see a mint mark under the date on the front, chances are it came from Philadelphia. So when we say 2003 no mint mark penny, we're talking about the standard Philadelphia-issued coins. But here's the twist. While most of these are only worth face value, 1 cent, a tiny number of them have some very unique features that make them incredibly valuable. What kind of features? I'm talking about errors, condition, and rarity. Let's break that down. First, error coins. These are coins that were misstruck during the minting process. Maybe part of the design is doubled. Maybe the coin is off-center. Maybe there are die cracks or unusual shapes. Collectors absolutely love these types of mistakes, especially when they're rare. A known example of a valuable 2003 penny has a striking error that causes doubling on the lettering or the image of Lincoln himself. These doubled die errors are extremely sought after and can drive the value way up. Second, the condition of the coin matters a lot. Most coins in circulation get scratched, dented, or worn down pretty quickly. But if you happen to find a 2003 no mint mark penny in what's called mint state, meaning it has never been used and still looks brand new, then you might be holding on to something special. These uncirculated coins can grade as high as MS65 or MS66, and if there's a rare error on top of that, the value skyrockets. And finally, there's the rarity. If only a few of these special error coins were ever made, and even fewer survived in good condition, then demand among collectors goes way up. That's basic supply and demand at work. Now let's talk about the big number. One of these rare 2003 Lincoln pennies sold for an incredible $41,000 at auction. Imagine turning a single cent into that kind of money. That particular coin had a combination of a near-perfect grade and a dramatic die error that made it a once-in-a-lifetime find. This is why people are digging through their change jars and old coin collections hoping to strike gold, or in this case, copper-coated zinc. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? Here's what to look for. First, check the date. It should be 2003, and there should be no mint mark under the year. Then look at the condition. Is it shiny? Are there scratches or dents? If it looks perfect, it might be uncirculated. Next, look closely at the lettering. Use a magnifying glass or a phone camera. Do the letters or numbers look doubled or blurry? That could mean it's a doubled die. Also check for odd textures or strange shapes on the coin surface. Anything that looks unusual could point to a valuable mint error. If you think you have a special coin, do not try to clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value. Instead, place it in a soft holder and consider getting it graded by a professional coin grading service. They'll be able to tell you exactly what you have and how much it might be worth. Market value section. As of now in the current coin collecting market, most circulated 2003 no-mint mark pennies are worth between 1 and 10 cents. But error coins in top condition can go for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And in rare cases like the one that sold at auction, you're looking at five-figure payouts. Prices fluctuate depending on demand, rarity, and the economy, but collectors are still on the lookout for high-grade 2003 pennies with unique features. If you find one and it grades above MS65 with a confirmed error, it could absolutely be worth thousands. And remember, someone already sold one for over $41,000, so this isn't just a theory, it's a fact. So there you have it, the story of the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that could be worth a small fortune. Check your pockets. Go through that old coin jar. You never know what treasure might be sitting there unnoticed. If you learned something new today or enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or if you're going to start checking your change a little more carefully now. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting! Have you ever looked at a simple penny and wondered if it might actually be worth a small fortune? Most of us overlook these tiny copper coins we use every day without giving them a second thought. But what if I told you that one penny from the year 2001 without a mint mark could be worth as much as $11,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. $11,000. Welcome to the fascinating world of coin collecting, where even the most ordinary-looking coins can carry an extraordinary story and value. In today's video, we are diving deep into the 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. We'll explore its history, why it's special, what makes it rare, and how you could potentially spot one in your own pocket change. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, the coin has seen a few design changes and mint mark variations, but the portrait of Lincoln remains. In 2001, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies across different facilities. Philadelphia, which traditionally does not use a mint mark on its coins, produced most of the 2001 cents. Denver used a small D mark and San Francisco used an S for proof coins. So a 2001 penny without a mint mark is actually very common and usually produced in Philadelphia. If that's the case, why is this coin even special? Well, here's the twist. While most 2001 pennies without mint marks are common and worth face value a tiny number, have specific error characteristics or rare varieties that can command thousands of dollars in the collector's market. One such coin was recently sold at auction for over $11,000, and it shocked even seasoned collectors. The key here is in the error and rarity. The $11,000 example is believed to be a rare off-metal error or a transitional error. These kinds of errors occur when the mint strikes a coin using the wrong metal planchet or wrong composition. For example, some 2001 cents were accidentally struck on a foreign coin blank or on planchets intended for earlier or different coins. This kind of mistake results in unusual weight, color, thickness, or even diameter. These differences can be extremely hard to spot if you don't know what to look for, but to a trained collector, they are a goldmine. What makes this error so valuable? First of all, rarity. Error coins like this are often one in many millions. They occur under very specific circumstances, and most are caught before leaving the mint. When one slips through, it becomes instantly valuable. Second is condition. The $11,000 coin was in almost uncirculated condition with very sharp details and minimal wear. That level of preservation significantly increases value. And third, the demand. Coin collectors and error specialists are always on the hunt for unique and unusual pieces. When a rare error coin like this enters the market, it sparks a bidding war. Now you're probably wondering how to know if your 2001 penny is one of these ultra-valuable versions. Here are a few things to look for. Check the weight. A standard 2001 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams because it is made of a zinc core with copper plating. If your penny weighs more or less than that, it may be an error coin. Examine the color. If your penny appears silvery or duller than a normal copper penny, it might be struck on a foreign planchet or on a blank used for another denomination. Inspect the rim and strike. Does it look off-center? Does it seem thinner or thicker than usual? Any visible strike anomalies could point to a valuable mint error. Of course, not every unusual-looking coin is worth thousands. But if you do think you have something special, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Reputable services like PCGS or NGC can certify the coin's condition and authenticity, which is essential if you want to sell it to collectors or at auction. What is the current market value of a 2001 no mint mark Lincoln cent? For regular circulation coins with no special characteristics, the value is 1 cent. Even in uncirculated condition, you might only get a few cents to $1. However, error coins and rare varieties, as we've discussed, can be worth hundreds to thousands. As of this recording, a known rare 2001 no mint mark Lincoln penny sold for a jaw-dropping $11,000, and experts believe there may still be more out there waiting to be discovered. The next time you get change at the grocery store or dig through an old coin jar, take a second to look closely at those pennies. You just might be holding a small piece of minting history that could be worth a fortune. And that wraps up today's deep dive into the fascinating story of the 2001 no mint mark Lincoln cent. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more rare coin stories and collector insights. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your change, or if you want us to cover a specific coin next. Thanks for watching and happy collecting. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coins, currency, and collectibles. Today, we're exploring a small but mighty treasure hiding in plain sight, the 1998 D mint mark Lincoln penny. That's right, the humble 1 cent coin you might have sitting in your piggy bank, pocket, or junk drawer could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, some examples of this penny have sold for an astonishing $83,704. Yes, you heard that correctly. A 1 cent coin fetching 5 figures. What makes the 1998 D Lincoln cent so special? Why is this particular coin gaining so much attention in the numismatic world? And how can you tell if you've got a rare one? Let's dig into the details, the history, and most importantly, the value. First, let's start with a little history. The Lincoln cent was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. The obverse side of the coin shows the familiar portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This iconic image has remained relatively unchanged for over a century. Fast forward to 1998. By this time, the Lincoln penny had been made from copper-plated zinc since 1982. The Denver Mint, marked with a small letter D just below the date, produced over 5 billion Lincoln cents that year. With so many in circulation, you might wonder, how can a coin from such a common year possibly be worth over $83,000? The answer lies in the rare errors and die varieties that occasionally make their way into production. While the vast majority of 1998 D Lincoln pennies are only worth face value, a tiny number were struck with mistakes that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. One of the most notable varieties is the doubled die. This type of error occurs during the minting process when the coin die, the stamp that imprints the design, shifts slightly between strikes. This results in a doubling of the design elements, most often visible in the letters of liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust." In some cases, the doubling is dramatic and easily seen with the naked eye. In others, it might require magnification. But collectors go crazy for these errors, especially when they are strong and well-defined. In the case of the 1998 D penny, a few examples have shown what's called a major doubled die obverse. That means the front of the coin, the side with Lincoln's portrait, has noticeable doubling, which was not caught by mint inspectors. Coins with this error have appeared at auctions and private sales, with some examples commanding astronomical prices, especially in near-perfect condition. Condition plays a huge role in value. A coin that is heavily worn, scratched, or damaged will fetch much less than one that is crisp, shiny, and perfectly preserved. In the coin world, this is known as mint state, often graded on a scale from MS60 to MS70. The higher the number, the better the condition. An MS67 or MS68 example of a rare error 1998 D penny is where the magic happens. That's where you see the value skyrocket into the tens of thousands, and in one incredible case, $83,704, that coin was sold through a high-profile auction house, authenticated and graded by a top-tier grading company like Pennies or NGC. It combined rarity, a major doubling error, and exceptional condition, making it a dream piece for collectors and a true once-in-a-lifetime find. Now here's the exciting part. These coins are still out there. They haven't all been discovered yet. Every day, people across the country are finding rare and valuable coins in their change, in old coin jars, in inherited collections, or tucked away in childhood savings. If you have a 1998 D penny, it is absolutely worth taking a closer look. Use a magnifying glass, check for signs of doubling in the lettering, and, most importantly, preserve the coin if you think it might be valuable. Don't clean it, don't scratch it, don't drop it. A clean-looking coin is actually worth less if it's been scrubbed or tampered with. You can also consider sending it to a professional grading service if you believe it might be rare. They will authenticate, grade, and encapsulate your coin to protect it and certify its value for collectors and potential buyers. That little investment could turn a 1-cent piece into a once-in-a-lifetime payday. Let's recap. The 1998 D Lincoln cent is a common coin, but rare errors, especially doubled die varieties, can be worth thousands. One exceptional example sold for over $83,000. The key factors are the presence of an error, the condition of the coin, and verification by a professional grader. Before we wrap up, here's a quick tip. Check your change. Check your coin jars. Ask your friends and family if they have old pennies stashed away. Keep an eye out for that D mint mark under the date, and look closely at the lettering and details. You never know when a small copper coin might turn into a massive payday. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of rare pennies. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin content, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a future upload. Have you found any rare coins? Do you have a 1998 D penny in your collection? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and who knows, you just might be holding a fortune in your hand.